I took this video on October 9th, 2022, just a few days after we purchased this Teardrop camper off of Facebook Marketplace. 8 days later, I took this video.
It's completely gone. I just don't know what to do. Literally crazy. So bad.
After our camper got absolutely rammed and destroyed by a buck on a road trip, we told ourselves we had 3 options. Continue our lives as if we never owned a camper, buy a new and better one for probably a large amount of money, or start completely from scratch and build our own. We decided to take on option 3. If we're being honest, it was no walk in the park. There were a lot of learning curves.
Yeah, I didn't think that part through.
Oh no, oh no. A lot of plans B, C, D, etc.
The curve cuts did not work.
And a lot of frustration.
And nothing just worked.
However, there also was a lot of triumph.
That looks so good.
Success.
We officially have an enclosed camper.
And now I can say I took this video on April 3rd, 2023. But let's rewind just a bit and get the details figured out before we can say we are officially done and give you the full tiny home tour. After our last video, we got the details done. We put PVC RV rubber roof material on, added trim to the outside. We added a shelf that we want to act as 4 things. A compartment to put dirty shoes and heavy coats in, a spot to put an outlet and hide all our electric, including our hookup.
Oh yes, like a glove.
An area 3 feet wide that will eventually turn into our outdoor kitchenette drawer, and of course, as a shelf where we can put our phones, water bottles, and any other items we'll need while camping.
All right, we got a bench, we got a little storage area.
We put in the vinyl floors and trim and made sure our bed fits, which it does.
It fits.
Oh, we got a couch in here.
It fits.
Added our beautiful window.
It's beautiful. Look how cozy it looks in there. Tell me you wouldn't want to go camping in this.
Added aluminum and reflective tape around the edges of the camper to seal it up. Made the door, which is much more challenging than you'd think and took us way longer than we had hoped. And finally sealed everything before moving it outside. Today might be the biggest, most monumental day of the camper process thus far. We are attempting to take this thing outside where it will permanently be resting, no longer in the garage, because we're done. We are done with the base model of our camper. Now we have some projects here and there that we want to work on, but the base of the camper is done. And the other thing we're gonna put in today is the fan, but we can't put it on in the garage because it will be too tall. So now we're figuring out a way to get this thing out of the garage, and once it's out, we will install the fan, making it our camper. We did it. We made a camper.
We are right there. If we get this thing out of the garage, we will have made a camper.
Basically, we have 5 pieces of wood stacked up that Josh drilled together for stability on top of this wheelie boy that we will then take a jack to put the trailer on top of the wood that's on top of the wheelie thing that will then help us move it out of the garage. It's a little sketchy. But I think it'll be fine.
All right, you ready? Just watch it back there.
Okay.
Oh, it moves.
Oh.
What?
I don't know, I'm just nervous.
I'm moving it.
Okay.
It moved really easily.
Okay, go.
Which is good.
Slow though.
Yep.
Like, oh.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just so nervous.
It's moving really easily, like mega easily.
Okay.
We're out. Like, we're out.
I know. At this point, we might be able to put the wheels on. So we're fine. We had like 2 inches the whole
Oh
time.
my gosh.
But we have to get these
So much
wheels on.
anxiety.
I didn't even think about the wheels.
This is our first time seeing it in like real light and real life instead of like crappy lighting in the garage. I cannot believe we built this thing from complete scratch. DIY, homemade, teardrop camper, done. I just like to admire it. I could cry.
How cozy is this?
Well, I guess it is safe to say we are officially showing you our completed teardrop camper. So without further ado, welcome to our tiny home on wheels.
I'm gonna jump right into it, showing you the outside of the camper. starting with our door. The most difficult part of this process, but it turned out pretty well. We have our black aluminum trim, which helps seal it and makes it look good. I added this rubber rain gutter just to help a little bit with weather resistance and rain resistance.
Look at that drip. Oh, that is what a gutter is supposed to do.
We have our 2 freezer door hinges, and we have our handle with a key lock in it. And then to keep the weather out, we just have a rubber seal that goes along the edge of that trim, and then another seal kind of mostly to make it look better on the inside, but it would help keep some water out if needed. And then we can also lock it from the inside too. Our sides and door are made out of 3/4 inch thick fiberglass reinforced paneling, which makes it heavy and sturdy and solid as a rock. And then to connect our roof and our sides together, or to give it a finished look, we have this black trim here, which I really like in contrast to the white, and it helps seal everything up nicely. And that leads to our roof slash back and front material, which we couldn't bend that same stuff we used for the sides, so it's 1/4 inch plywood with this RV PVC roof membrane material, which matches our sides pretty well, so I like that. Down lower, we got our lights and we have our license plate. Turn signal, brake lights, that's about it. While I'm down here, might as well show you what we did around the whole bottom edge. We did this thin aluminum that we curled up underneath to help seal it off, protect it against some pebbles bumping up or anything. And then to seal that off, we got this reflective tape that you often see on like semi trucks. On the next side, we just have the same thing as the door, but a massive window that's tinted from the outside, but Erica will show you what it looks like on the inside. And on the roof, we have our vent cover, which keeps the rain out and protects our fan, and you can open it from the inside. Kind of like that. It allows us access to our fan. Very nice feature. All right, you're good. On the front, we have our 2-inch ball hitch again, and our crank to lift it up, which is the exact same one from our last camper, because the trailer remained the same. And right behind there, my favorite part probably, it's our battery and battery mount that this just slides right on. Maybe. Slides right on. And then I can take our short extension cord, plug it into our battery, or if a campsite has a hookup, can plug it into the hookup and come to our little outlet here. And now our camper has power to the inside.
And with that, I will take over and show you everything there is on the inside. So the inside, we wanted to make as cozy and homey as possible, and we wanted it to have that at-home feel while camping, and I feel like we accomplished that very, very, very well. So first things first, the inside is made of that 1/4 inch plywood that Josh was talking about earlier for the outside. So what we did was we put insulation between the outside piece and the inside piece, and we left the inside piece with this beautiful wood, and it just brings that kind of like outdoorsy vibe inside, and I love it very much. So we actually got this couch bed for our last Teardrop camper, and we knew we wanted to use it in this one too, and it fits perfectly in here. It is comfortable. I can lean back very comfortably. This would be perfect to sit here and either eat lunch, dinner, watch a little TV across the way. It's just so cozy, and that was the goal, and I'm very glad that we accomplished that goal. So right now it's in couch form, but it can also be put into bed form too. One of my favorite parts of the entire camper build is the beautiful window that Josh talked about earlier. Just to note, we got this off of Facebook Marketplace for $40. So this is one of my favorite finds that we've probably ever gotten off of Facebook Marketplace, because you're not going to find a window this size for that price. It is absolutely gorgeous. So like most windows, it opens like so. So we have the wonderful screen, and then the screen also can open like that. I'm not going to open up all the way because it's a little tricky to get back. It's just a little sticky, but full outside access. Excellent ventilation in here, beautiful views. We knew we wanted a big window so that we can really get that camping outdoorsy feel on the inside. Transitioning to the other side of the camper, this is our shelf, bench, multi-purpose area. So we also wanted to match this part with the roof. So as you can see, this is also the same type of wood. This is made for multiple purposes. So obviously, number one, as a shelf, water bottles, clothes, any camping gear we'd put on top of here. We did take this camping this last weekend, which you'll see in the next video, and it just held everything. It was amazing. The second reason why we wanted this area is so that we had a, let's just say, area where we could put dirty shoes, big coats, kind of store big clunky things that we didn't just want to put right on top of here, and then make sure that we weren't getting the inside of the camper dirty. So also one of my favorite parts is this little hidden compartment where it goes up, put your shoes, you put your coats in here, and then Josh is amazing and made this type of hinge. He didn't make it, but he got this hinge where it slow closes. It usually closes better than that. And then another thing that we just used recently when we went camping is in this little storage area back here. We just kind of had our same little curtain setup that we had last time. We were going to upgrade it into something cuter, but we didn't have time to do it before we went camping. So we just did this, and we put little command hooks on here just to have that sit there and have it nice and covered for when we were sleeping. So yeah, we just stored that in our little compartment area. Third reason why I want this area is eventually down the road we were hoping to make this kind of outdoor kitchenette area where from here over would host the drawer that would come out of the side of the camper. Haven't gotten to that yet. We might not, we'll see. And the fourth reason why we wanted this is that we could hide all of our electric that we have here, including this outlet, and I'm actually going to toss it over to Josh to explain more of the electric situation inside.
Our compartment houses the power that comes from the outside battery into here, which goes to a 120 volt outlet right here, so we can plug in our phones, our laptops, anything, because it works like a normal house outlet. And it also has 2 USB chargers right there. Also inside is a fuse box for our 12 volts, which leads through our wall up into our fan.
My other favorite part of the camper is the fan. I love it so much. I mean, Josh explained how it was wired, but it has this little, you know, crank thing that he showed you earlier that you can open and close the top hood, which is awesome. I mean, I think most people know how a camper fan works at this point, but we'll keep going. And then it has 6 speeds, 1 through 6, depending on how fast or slow you want the fan to go. And then you can also reverse it, so it can either be blowing out into the camper or it can be sucking air out of the camper, depending on if you want it cooler inside or warmer inside. I love it so much. It also acts as really good white noise for when you're sleeping, so you're not hearing anything outside. And it honestly just felt like home because we sleep with the fan on, and it feels really nice to have a little breeze going on in the summer. But then one last thing I'll say about the fan is that I can almost fully stand up when I'm right underneath it. So pretty dang cool. It's a really tall camper. One last thing about the inside, even though I'm outside now, is that Josh did install this handle right here so that it's easier for us to pull the door closed while on the inside, because we were kind of feeling like this might pop off at some point. So it's just like extra support for the door to close, pull in, and lock in for the night. So I thought that was a really smart move on his part. There you go. Also, he did most of the building. I'm just going to shout that out to him right now. He's very, very impressive, and I love him very much. So yeah, there's our camper. We love it. It is honestly everything we kind of envisioned, besides a few things we would add in the future, i.e. the kitchenette area that would pull out from right here, maybe a few cabinets on the inside for storage with food and camping gear, but otherwise this thing is awesome. It's beautiful. It's everything we wanted. And oh, we also would probably add a window on this door. Anyways, that's our camper. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Stay tuned for next week when we actually take this thing camping and you'll get to see how it held up, / if it held up.